think one of the really important things is to believe in yourself and to kind of really believe, because if you're going to make this change, the mindset has to go along with it. And so when the mindset goes along with it, it really means that you have to know that for you to have a change must take place, and it normally starts with yourself. And so, and when you do that and you kind of know, and you've got to also, it's like you also have to buy into yourself, because some
Hello everyone, it's Suzanne Paul here from the Get Your Sexy Back channel. I'm here with Liz Springer, a friend of mine in business, who has created an amazing business around video and all the uses that we have for video in business. And since we're on a YouTube channel, or not just a YouTube channel, but like making video, I thought you would like to hear from her. So hello, Liz. Thanks for being here with me. How are you?
Hi, Suzanne. It's great to be here. I'm doing great, thanks.
Great. So I am inviting women that I find fascinating and exciting and inspiring to come and have a chat with me for 15 minutes only. And just tell me about, like your secret sauce in business and like what's like your journey in business and how you got started, about your business. Go for it.
Okay, well, it really kind of started with I think at that time my son was a baby, and it kind of started with the fact that I think at the time my partner was away at the time, and I went down the road to go and just pick up a few things, and then I realized that I had put my card in 3 times. And did the PIN number, and the baby was crying. So I just kept on forgetting what my number was. And then I literally just did it the 3rd time. And you know what happens the 3rd time, Suzanne? It takes your card. And so I was like, oh my God, he hadn't arrived at his destination yet. He was traveling. And I thought, what am I going to do now? And I literally had £5 on me. My family lived like 60 miles away. Everybody was at work. And I thought, what am I going to do now? And I needed to buy chicken, and I needed to buy some nappies. So I thought, what do I do? Do I buy chicken or do I buy nappies? And so I thought, I could either stand here and cry or see if I can find a solution. So I decided to kind of, go and see what I could do. And you know what, Suzanne, in the end, I managed to get chicken and nappies and have change. And that was the day I decided to change my life. And it really started from there, because it then meant for me, okay, I don't want to be in this situation again. And also, what else could I do to change my life? And it literally started from there.
Okay, so first of all, I've got to ask, like, how did you get both and change from a fiver? Because for anyone out there that's watching, like, that is a miracle. So how did you do that?
Well, I managed to get a packet of nappies, and I literally went to a couple of shops to get this. And so I managed to get a packet of 10 nappies that were £2. I think they were £2, literally £2. And then from there, to get those small 10 packs, I managed to get that. And then what I did was I went round to kind of the butchers, and I managed to get like some chicken for £3. I got a whole chicken for £3, and hence, I'm saying sorry, I remember it was £2, £2.50. I got the chicken for, and I had change. And that was my change. And that's how I managed to do it.
50p change.
Absolutely, 50p change. So and of course pacifying babies, with a couple of lollipops or something, kids with the lollipops and something. So
wow,
yeah,
that's amazing. So first of all, like, I can hear you're a super expert bargain hunter, so I'd like to know more about that, frankly. But anyway, so back to your story in business. So that moment where you were able to get everything that you needed and still have change was a life-changing pivotal moment for you. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then from there, what happened was I literally just kind of felt like, I don't want to be in this situation again. And so what I did was I started sort of looking at kind of the personal development side, and I bought this book by Brian Tracy called Goals. And literally, and I read that book, it really kind of made me step into action and be really committed and serious about this. And so, I went and done some coaching courses to understand kind of where I was at, and then, and also I knew kind of where I wanted to be. And I started from there, and I literally went through my little black book, and I got a piece of work, which was down the road, literally from my house. Um, and then they recommended me to another business. That business lived at the back of my house, so they would drop work off, and literally, and that's how I kind of started my business journey. And it was just so, it's one of those things where you just kind of think like, this is God, because it was just like too coincidental. um but I think it's also about, taking a bold step, and I always call it a big bold step, because it's like you're stepping out of your comfort zone and going from uncomfortable to get comfortable. So, and literally, and then from there, I got sort of headhunted by Cazenove, which is the Queen Stockbrokers, and I started working from there. And then I went from being a PA, like a secretary, to a business analyst. Took my exams and passed. And so, literally, that was how I started. But I was working as an independent consultant, and I think one of the really important things is to believe in yourself, and to kind of really believe, because if you're going to make this change, the mindset has to go along with it. And so when the mindset goes along with it, it really means that you have to know that for you to have a change must take place, and it normally starts with yourself. And so, and when you do that, and you kind of know, and you've got to also, it's like you also have to buy into yourself, because sometimes, I suppose, like for me, is kind of is so that was a big step, because I was literally a PA secretary and went on to be a business analyst, and that really did mean that I needed to believe in myself, and believe that, I can stretch and, push and break through. um and I think when a lot of people sometimes have a story, it really sometimes it rocks them, and it rocks them into deciding no more, you know uh, dust yourself off and get back out there. And I think that's the really important thing, that for me in particular, you know, look, you might fall down 19 times, but the most important thing is that you get back up on the 20th time, dust yourself, and get back out there.
Yeah, I think that's really amazing what you just said. And so there's a few things that you said in there that are like worth their weight in gold. But the first thing was that you you realized that you needed to do something about it. So it's like you in that moment with your baby and the chicken and the nappies, diapers for our American audience, by the way. You
Okay.
saw that like really it was possible to accomplish and achieve whatever it is that you wanted, and you had to change your way of thinking, and then you went
Yeah.
about doing that and found out about goal setting. And I know Brian Tracy, like he's got some amazing content. Another one of his
Yeah.
books that's fantastic is called Eat That Frog, which if
Yeah.
you're looking for something to read, it's a really great book.
Yeah.
Yeah, so invested in yourself, like looked at your mindset, looked at your way of thinking, and then when opportunity strikes, which the opportunity with like along comes Cazenove. And by the way, Cazenove, very highly rated bank in the UK, sort of one of the institutional banks, not an everyday high street bank at all, really high quality. As Liz said, I didn't know they were the Queen Stockbrokers, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, they are very good
Yeah.
wealth management institution. um Opportunity knocks at Cazenove, and then you just have to take it. It's like
Yeah.
you don't say no to that. You say
Absolutely
yes.
not.
In the face of fear, in the face of not thinking you're good enough, not feeling you're good enough, you have to go for it. That's
Yeah.
what I can really hear. So, and now like you've got your own bit. Well, I think in fact you've got multiple businesses. Is that right? Like tell us about like where you are now and that.
Okay. Okay. So I have a consultancy, and it's kind of split between coaching and consultancy. So there's the business strategy side, and my work pretty much was a lot of strategy in terms of things like models for businesses, gap analysis, understanding, what changes they needed to make to overcome different challenges that they were having. And this would kind of be the, amongst staff, amongst operations. So very much a lot on that kind of organizational change side. And then the other part is the video marketing. So we kind of work all around the business, but the video marketing side was something that I sort of came out with in 2012. But I was in pre-launch for 2 years because nobody really got it, and that was with me taking the idea that video is not just about a pretty video. It's about taking you closer to a point of sale. So it means that with your videos there should be a next step. So, having brand details, having another step which takes you along your sales funnel one step closer, where you're understanding what's the pain points of your potential customers and also giving them the solution. And it means that you're then taking them on a journey. And I think if people kind of more understand that's what it's about. It's like you're taking your customer along a journey. And of course, you are in business, to make a profit. You're in business to make sales. And so, at the end of the day, what you want to do is to gain customers. And so you need to kind of lead them along that journey, and still service them, whether you're doing this sort of offline or online. And of course, during the pandemic, so many people have had to reposition and come online. And like I said, and that offline funnel needs to be online. So
Wow. So I imagine that the pandemic, has been quite good for you in terms of people wanting to learn how to be better on video, how to deliver a bit more effective message. Is that kind of been your experience?
yeah, I think we had more calls in a month than in a week that we normally do in a month, with just people coming for both, coming for strategy and like, what should I do now? Um, and from the strategy, what happens is that you're giving people a couple of ideas which are helping solve some of their challenges. And then what happens then is that it becomes that, could this person be the person to answer, you know, the rest of my challenges, or help me solve the rest of my challenges? And so what you're doing is you're kind of giving them a little bit of a flavor of what it is to work with you, and what some of your kind of expertise is. Because obviously, look, business owners, what they want is they want the solution. Okay, and for some of them, it doesn't matter so much up to a point. You could have all these credentials and so on, but what they want to know is, can you help them solve that problem?
Yeah, exactly. And you've got to be able to deliver that message succinctly in a way that they can really, really hear. So
Yeah,
just because, so yeah, I really get that, like the importance of the crispness and of the communication in the message, whether it be video. I mean, that's actually the same in any form. Doesn't matter whether it's video or anything
yeah,
else. So, but video adds credibility. I
yeah,
really get that.
and
That's
it's
why
very
we're
quick.
here on
Yeah.
YouTube.
And it's also very quick, isn't it? Video increases the understanding of your products and services by 74%. And if you think about that's really huge, because sometimes the website, if you go, you read all the words, and you can deliver very quickly, what it is that, you do, so that you're, and perhaps even what it is you do in those solutions. Because like I said, when we go online, or what you want to do is look at how you are, how you can still capture your customers. Because, like I said, with this, with the lockdown, so many businesses have had to do that, and they had to start again in terms of being, visibility, gaining the credibility, because now you can't meet one to one, you can't meet in person like you used to before. And it's, and it was so much easier in that way, because there's the energy, you've seen the person, and so, you've had to, duplicate that on video. And of course, some people have been doing that.
Yeah. So if people want to find out more about how to get in touch with you and find out about this video sort of training work and communication skills work that you teach, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you? What do you offer?
Okay, so basically, I have a website. It's called mystrategiesforgrowth.com, and in there you actually have it's a free content creation checklist. So it kind of shows you different ways of how you can use video and other content to, have a plan to how you can move forward. And then there's also the opportunity to have a strategy session, but the content creation checklist really gets you thinking about the different forms and gives you ideas about the different forms of content that you can be doing using video and of course other ways too. Um, and literally, like I said, we in that it means then from there you kind of can come and understand what it is that you're trying to achieve. And like I said, and you can also have a strategy call with me.
Great. And you can find out more about Liz and find a link to her content creation strategies website in the description of this video underneath. Thanks very much for joining us. See you next time.
Great. Thank you. Thanks so much for
Get
having
your
me,
sexy
Suzanne.
back. Bye.
Thanks.
Liz.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.